Take questions for Jayson. First one, third row here.
Hey, Jayson. Blake Elliott, 105.3 The Fan. There's been a lot of talk about your game outside extracurricular. How good or how difficult is it to kind of block all that out and just be on the court and just kind of play your game?
It's a learned experience. Over time, you learn how to deal with all the extra noise and attention, whether it's positive or not so positive. And, I'm a fair, smart person. I know when I'm doing things at a high level. I know when I need to do certain things better. So I'm not like oblivious to what's going on, but at the same time, just keeping the main thing, and focusing on trying to win the next game. That's what's most important at this time.
Hi, Jayson. Joey Mazzulla with Clutch Points. I wanted to ask just about Kyrie, and he's a great player. He's had some struggles in the series. What do you think you guys are doing well against him, and do you think he's just missing open shots?
That's part of it, right? You never completely shut a guy as talented as him out. And you've heard it a million times. With great players, you just try to make things difficult, show them different coverages, just want to make them work for everything. They're going to make shots, they're going to miss some shots. You just don't want it to be easy and for them to be comfortable. And that's what, any talented player.
Tim here on the left.
Jayson, Tim Reynolds with the AP. Two things, if I might. The first one, Matthew Tkachuk is watching a lot of the NBA Finals. He said he's 2 wins away, you're 2 wins away. How much have you followed what they've been doing?
Yeah, I'm a big Matthew fan, right? People know that we went to school together. And I watched him win last night, trying to learn and understand the rules in the game of hockey more and more. But, I got to watch the game last night and they won. So, like I said, I'm extremely happy for him and his family, and hopefully they win it all.
The other thing, it's only 2 games in the finals. And like the first question alluded to, there's all this talk about your shooting numbers. How much would that have bothered you when you were younger? Because you're up 2-0 and you're averaging pretty close to a triple-double. I know it's just the 2 games, but it's not like you're playing poorly. How much does the fixation on just one number, how much does that bother you, and how much have you learned to just not worry about that stuff so much?
Yeah, I think being in the finals 2 years ago has helped me in this moment. And like I said, I understand that I do need to be more efficient. I do need to shoot the ball better. I would not disagree with anybody on that. But I'm not letting it bother me, right? I'm still trying to find ways to impact the game and dominate the game in other areas. And I understand that it could take one game. One game I could explode and, all those, the percentage and things like that could change. So it's just that mindset of, I'm one game away or whatever that means. But like I said the other day, I know what it's like to be in this position and lose. And, just this time around trying to do any and everything possible to have a different outcome. So yes, I know I need to shoot the ball better, and I plan on it, but not letting that affect everything else that I need to do on the court to help us win.
Sam, standing over on the left.
Sam Amick, The Athletic. Jayson, your coach just had a fascinating discussion with this gentleman in the front row from Brazil, essentially comparing you to Neymar and the idea that superstars get scrutiny and he thinks a lot of it is unfair. Does that mean a lot to you? And behind the scenes, have you guys had those kind of talks where you contextualize the spotlight component of your experience?
Yeah, and that's one thing I truly do appreciate Joe, aside from being, I think, an excellent coach, is that I truly do believe that he cares about us, our team as individuals, and obviously myself, the conversations that we have, And he always, through the season, the summertime, and obviously through this postseason, have had days where he's called me or called me into his office. And not necessarily talk about X's and O's, but check on me as a person and, how I'm dealing with everything. And that does mean a lot for somebody to take time out of his day to show that, compassion or whatever, and just know that, he's there for me. That relationship between, yourself and the coach is important, and that's something I truly value about the relationship that me and Joe have.
Tim, standing on the left.
On a very different note, Jalen's talked a lot this year about the pride he's put into the defensive end of the court and taking on big challenges throughout the season. How have you seen him over the time you've been together really grow at that end of the court, and how much has it helped you guys to have him be big and physical enough to take Luka on 90 feet from the basket, make him work, try to take as much energy out of him as he can throughout the course of the game?
Yeah, and that's just another thing. I think Joe always challenges, in particular me and JB, of finding different ways to affect the game. And I think JB has taken that up another notch of his conditioning and his ability to essentially chase down and guard guys, like you said, 90 feet from the basket. And that's just another way that, obviously besides his scoring and things like that, that he can positively impact the game, that gives us the best chance to win.
On your right, second row.
Lawrence Dow, former Star Telegram. Can you talk about the impact Kristaps Porzingis has had on both ends? And I know you guys have already played games without him, but how will this team have to adjust to playing this Mavs team if he's unavailable to go for Game 3?
Yeah, we're just so much of a better team when we have him. 7'4" unicorn, right? He's as talented as they come. Presents so many matchup problems on the offensive end, and then on the defensive end, right? That somebody that can affect shots, protect the rim as well as he does. So yes, we've had success and found ways to win without him, and obviously we're better when he's on the team, when he's out there playing with us. So, obviously he's day-to-day and doing everything he can to get out there and give us whatever he can.
Last question, Jared on the left.
Back to your shooting. You've come along so much as a playmaker and game manager these last few years. Has it been freeing for you, especially like freeing you from really the pressure you put on yourself, that you don't need to rely on scoring efficiently to make a major impact on the game?
Yeah, I don't want to put us in a predicament where it's like I'm shooting, not as well and still like, oh, we can win. Like I want to shoot the ball well. But, I feel like I just keep saying it, that's not the only thing that, I bring to the table, and not being defined by that. Where earlier in my career, I was just a score the ball and rebound type of guy. And, how much I've grown and developed and as a player and reading the game and understanding what the defense is trying to take away, what they're giving up. And there's such a long season that you're not going to make every shot. You're not going to shoot as well as you would like to. But, the guys that I've studied and the best of the best players have always just found a way. And, that's just all I've been trying to do, is just find a way to do whatever I can.
Thank you, Jayson.